So
Thanks,
that was the
Pat.
first thing. I had to remember to record the meeting, so it will be posted on the website for anybody who knows someone who wanted to come but couldn't. Two things. One, that we do have the ability to, you have the ability to view this meeting with closed captioning. If you are interested, look at the bottom panel of your Zoom screen, and perhaps to the very far right, there is a circle with 3 dots that says More. Click on that and you will see Show Captions. And just all you have to do is click on Show Captions and you should be able to get English closed captioning. The other thing is that we are going to have a full slideshow. And given the turnout that we have right now, the lineup of faces when we start this slideshow may interfere with your ability to see the slides. If you go up to the upper right-hand corner of your screen, it says View. And if you click on View, you can change it to Speaker. And then you will just have the video of the person who is speaking, and you'll be able to see the slides better.
If we go on to speaker.
Correct.
All right.
I hope that is helpful. And my last request is that once we start the slideshow, please everyone mute themselves. If you don't, I will mute you.
Well, you can mute me anytime you want.
No, I can mute people, but it is very distracting when one person is talking to get the background noise from other people's microphones.
Yeah.
When we finish the slideshow, we will open the meeting up for people to chat, and you can obviously unmute yourselves at that point. Okay, are we
Okay.
good?
I think we're good. Thank you, Pat. Okay, so I'm gonna do the motion to call the annual meeting to order.
Yay.
Board,
So
good,
moved.
good. Motion to accept the agenda, which Pat will publish. This slide, is that up? Okay. Hold on, I think I have to put.
You have to put it up.
I thought you were putting up the slides, Pat.
I'm going to put up the slides, yes.
Yeah, so you can put up the agenda, I guess. Good start.
Sorry.
worries.
Backwards. My apologies. Hang on a second. Come on. Okay. There you go.
Okay. There's the agenda. So motion to accept the agenda that we just put up on the screen. Okay. And motion to accept the minutes from the 2024 annual meeting.
Great.
Okay. So you just have a quick view of the agenda. We're going to get into it in detail. Next slide, please.
Oh, come on.
This is the current board of elected directors, appointed directors, for anybody that doesn't know who we are. You have a chance to ask us later. We are missing a social media person currently. I will get into that later. So if anybody has any thoughts towards helping us with that, we will be discussing that a little bit more later. Next slide, please. We'll be addressing exhibits, community outreach, our new website, the sculpt slams and workshops, which are really exciting and one of the best things we do. Our consulting activities at 3rd Avenue Burlington. And we really have a lot going on, a lot of new initiatives, a lot of ideas, and we are building on those. So it's been a great year, and I'm looking forward to what's coming up next. Next slide. So this is the Sculpt Slam. I'm going to let Z explain that to anybody that doesn't know what it is, and take it away, Z. Oh, sorry, back one, Pat.
Sorry. This is annoying.
If I were doing it, it would be worse.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Good evening.
Good evening.
אני באמצע, דבי.
Good evening, Z.
Could you go back to the Scalp Slam slide?
I'm working on it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I'll talk meanwhile about it.
There we go.
It's an opportunity for members to show their art, to explore some new themes that they're developing and they want feedback from the membership, or just to socialize over nice images of their work and receive some nice discussion afterwards. We have been doing the Sculpt Slam quite some time now. We do probably about a dozen of presenters every year. Every session is about 3 to 4 presenters who goes through their art and present their art within 10 minutes. And then the last 10 or 15 minutes at the end of the session, we discuss all 4 or 3 or 4 presenters who have showed their arts. It's pretty easy to do. All what I need from the presenter is the PowerPoint of their slides, and I will run the slides for them during the show, and they just will narrate and explain and talk about whatever they want to. So the next Sculpt Slam event is on December, I think 13. Let me check. Don't take it to the bank yet. But I think in December, and we have 3 presenters right now. We can accommodate 1 more if anybody wants to volunteer. More than welcome. That's about Sculpt Slam.
And I'm weighing in. They're a lot of fun. So I definitely, if you haven't done one or even attended one, do it. It's kind of a digital meetup as well. So it's a way to stay engaged with people in NISA outside of our physical events. So this was kind of a segue into our website. One of the big things.
I'm sorry, may I add something, please?
Yeah.
It's December the 16th, Zvi, and I volunteered to be number 4. We forgot.
It's December 16 what?
I volunteered to be the 4th person.
Okay, we got it then.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Zvi, am I on the list?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Can you send us some more detail, or is that what you've told us what we're going to be told?
Okay, I will.
Okay, thanks. Great.
No problem.
Zvi, this is Keith Trexler. I had it in my calendar as Tuesday, the 9th of December.
So you're probably correct. Good.
Oh,
Yeah, so I think we need to get some, we need some clarity on the date.
yeah, can somebody confirm, please? I have it both, 9th and 16th. Which one is the one?
Bear with me for a second. I'll check
Please,
my
thank you.
calendar, and it should be the Oracle of the day. I know it's on Tuesday. I have it on the 9th, Tuesday the 9th.
Perfect, thank you.
Good,
I can delete
great.
this of my,
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you, fantastic.
Sure.
Thank you.
It's the 9th. We're done. We solved it. Thank you, Zvi.
What time of the day is it?
7 p.m.
7 to about 8.
And then
Typically
there's
takes
some
an hour,
discussion.
hour and a half to
Yeah.
go through the session.
Yeah, don't be, if you've never done it before, it's easy, it's fun.
And if you need help with the PowerPoint or anything, let me know. I'll be more than happy to help you.
By the way, if you want to see past presentations, Sculpt Slam presentation, you see it under resource on our website. So you have all the collection of the presentations done since 2022 or 3. Just if you want to get a feel of what it is and how it looks like, and just fun.
And they are on YouTube as well. Just put NISA Sculpt Slam, you'll see them.
Yeah.
By the way, if I'm remembering correctly, there was a much bigger and better crowd last time. So how did that happen and can we continue? I always thought it was underutilized resource for all of us, you know. But
I guess it catches up. People finally starting to know about it
Yeah,
and
okay.
get more interested to show. That's good.
It only took you a few years, V.
Right.
Yeah, like every good thing takes time to develop.
Yeah.
But it was very well attended. It was really exciting to hear everybody. Oh,
Yeah, it was fun.
okay. Next slide. Okay, so if you're on this meeting and you have not yet realized that we have changed and updated the website, it was a initiative started by the last board, and many thanks to all involved. Dominic and Pat, Beta, just everybody got in on this and produced a much slicker looking website. It functions better. I'm very excited that we got that done. And now we need the members to use it more. And to remember that it's there, and then it's a very interactive resource at this point. There's constantly new information being updated. One of the bigger things that we worked on was getting the forum up and running. And that was designed to be a way for people in our membership to talk to each other and help each other solve problems. It is only as good as how many members use it. So in the beginning, there's only a few people using it right now, I could see. But the more members use it, the more of a resource it will become, because it's a knowledge base and it's a live knowledge base. We put up, I think, about 20 something topics with room to add more. If you have a query, if you need help, if you're in an area, shows, you can query that forum, and hopefully our members will be using it and will be able to respond to you directly instead of going through Pat or going through a random, just random resource. We designed it to run behind the membership access, so you do have to log into the website before you can actually access the forum. But once you've logged in, then you can access it. And all you have to do is look at the topics. If you have information to share, if you have a solution to somebody's problem, please post it. Like I said, it really is, it's a knowledge base that needs to grow in order for it to be as maximally useful to the membership. So we're in the nascent stages of its usage, but I hope it grows quickly. Beta and David have also put together an interactive map. I don't know, Beta, if you want to say something about that.
Sure. David was gracious enough to help us in creating a map. The map is so helpful. Like yesterday, I was talking to Christina that there is a grant in Cape Cod. We need to find who the artists are there so we can actually email them and let them know about the grant, the money, if we want to teach there in this area. The map helps us a lot in locating you, finding you, giving you work, stuff like that. But at the same time, we want to respect your privacy. So if you think you do not want to be on the map, or if you want partial information on the map about you, we're very respectful. All you have to do is just drop me an email and we can make these changes for you. So I am not gonna send an email. I'm not gonna ask Pat to send a general email for more than 200 members. If what you want is to remove your name or to limit the information about you on the map, I'm trusting that people will get back to us and let us know what they want.
And the map itself is also behind the membership wall, so nobody that's outside of the membership has access or can see any of that information. It's strictly for members only among
Exactly.
us, and it's really meant as a companion to the forum, and it's meant as, frankly, so we can also target when we're doing these grants, which we'll get into in a bit, figure out exactly how many members we have in an area that can actually serve a grant and whether or not we can even apply for it if we have enough
Exactly.
people. So the map is incredibly helpful. Thank you, Beta. Thank you, David, for doing that.
Yeah, definitely.
Um,
David, do you have anything else to add?
Nope.
You're all set. All righty. So yeah, we're very grateful to David and his friend who put it together for us.
And as I said, our website is constantly interactive. It's really our face of NISA. So if you do have news, don't be afraid to share it.
Mm.
Let Pat know. The email is right there, artsdirector@thenestSculptors.org. Just let us know. I mean, the more we can publish of our membership of what's going on, the more active we seem, the more exciting we seem. So I want as much of our membership show.
We got muted.
Yeah, I had to unmute myself. Did you hear the last thing I said?
No.
I already
Repeat,
forgot what
please.
the last thing I said.
Well,
Repeat the last thing, please.
I think the last thing I said was the more we publish our membership's activities,
Yes.
the more energy it looks like we have. We become a center of gravity. We are starting to get calls from people looking for sculptors,
Yes.
which is
Yes.
the best thing that NISA can do for its membership is be a hub. And when people consider sculpture, consider placing sculpture, whether it's a town or a show or a client, they should call us and we can put you in touch. And that is the more active we look, the more present we are, the more we can help you do that. And that is happening. It's happening more and more. So
Mm.
also we are right now need a social media liaison. We have a paid consultant who posts things. She does the best she can, but she has other clients. We really need somebody to also help collate and deal with the information coming in from our members. We need it's a volunteer gig. I know it's but if you have any social media skills whatsoever, if you're willing to do this, please contact us, contact Pat, contact Beta, contact me. We very much need somebody to help us kind of manage that. It's important.
Mhm.
What we're presenting, even just funneling what work we want our consultant to do. That that is necessary to have a person doing that. We have grown. I just checked Instagram yesterday. We have about almost 1,600 Instagram followers. And we're really just trying to upgrade and up our branding and how we look. So that's all I have to say about that. Please get involved if you can. Next slide, please.
Oh, 1 minute, please. Regarding the map, we asked our members to see where are we supposed to put the map, but I don't know if we collected any information. Pat, do you have any idea if anybody got back to you?
Well, we were going to put it, I mean, it's behind the member wall, but it can
Okay.
be, it can, I think maybe it can be in the forum.
That's what we were thinking. We were
Yeah.
suggesting that maybe it should be in the same page of the forum,
Yeah,
but
I mean, it is a companion to the forum. It's intended to be
Yeah.
a companion.
Okay,
Um,
that's great.
One thing about the map, you may have to have the, whoever's handling our website is gonna have to help establish the link. And if we want it to be updated as people join, someone's gotta take control of that.
Okay.
Because it's an interactive tool. You can, when you look at it in a big, all of New England, you see a bunch of dots. But when you scroll in and you get closer, it has dynamic scrolling where you can start to see the names pop up, and then you can hover over a dot and a name and you'll get their website, their phone number, or whatever people want on there. So whoever's handling the website's gonna have to understand how to keep it updated and keep it working.
Well, we have Elizabeth, so we'll talk to her about the best way to set that up. And then if we need somebody to actually manage it outside of her on the board, we'll figure that out at the board meeting or A&I.
Mhm.
All right. Thank you, David. Next
Thank you.
slide. Okay, Beta, you want to talk about the workshops?
Yeah, workshops are really interesting because they're not only just to learn something new and connect with other artists. They're very important for the social aspect of NISA. I think people are more likely to commit to the organization if they feel like they have a friend there. So you can share you come to a workshop because you feel like you relate to the artist, or you're curious about what they're doing, or you want to have a coffee with them. And it would be really, really great for some of you to offer workshops, especially that we're paying double what we were paying before, or maybe we were asking you to do it for free, but now at least there is some money. So, it can be really something simple, but at the same time, think of it as a point of socializing, much more than just knowledge. So people who volunteered and ran workshops for us were extremely, extremely grateful. Thank you for Madeline and Ro, and for Keith for hosting us. And we have another one that organized by David as well for next year. So that's amazing. That's really wonderful.
And then the next one coming up, the sculpture casting, where is that going to be held?
I don't know. I think David is the one who organized that one.
That's in Woburn, Massachusetts. It's Skylight Studios. One of our members is, I don't know if she's on. Anyway, it's a well-known studio. We had a workshop there about 5 to 6, maybe 7 years ago, and it was very popular and people loved it. And they have a very extensive mold making operation, and they cast in resin, and they cast in plaster, and they do large public things, and they do their own sculptures there too. So they don't do bronze there at all. They sub that out, but it's a very big operation, and it's very interesting to see.
I look forward to it. It'll be on our website. It'll be in the newsletter as well when that is coming up. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
All right. So the next big thing the board took on was hiring our grant writer, Christina Spiedel, who will speak to us briefly. We really set it as our mission, and thank you, Beta and Lynn, for finding Christina. You guys did a ton of work
And Lynn.
interviewing people. And yeah, I said Lynn. I did say you guys did a ton of work finding somebody who gets us, and I'm very appreciative. And I'm going to let Christina
Thank
tell
you.
you about the grants we've been applying for and what we've got.
So for those that don't know me, I'm Christina Spidel, as Justin said, and I am the grant writer for NISA. And so this slide highlights NISA's current grant activity. As NISA's grant writer, I'm focusing on securing both operating and programmatic funding. I want to ensure that artists are fairly paid, and that the operating costs, we're working hard to find grants to support them. So far, we've been awarded $5,000 from the Mass Cultural Council, but we've also submitted applications that are still pending to the grants that are on the screen. So the Brooks and Joan Fortune Family Foundation, the Matina R. Proctor Foundation, the Essex County Community Foundation, the Andy Warhol Foundation, the Cornelia T. Bailey Foundation, the Barr Foundation, and the Amelia Peabody Foundation. So we're working hard to apply to as many opportunities as possible, both in Massachusetts and beyond, to sustain and grow NISA's impact. I'm very committed to the work that you guys are doing. I believe artists need to have the resources they need to thrive. So I'm continuously researching new grant opportunities every day, from local and regional funders to national foundations, to ensure that NISA can continue offering the meaningful programs, exhibitions, and opportunities that uplift the grants community. So I did want to mention, while on this call, should any of the groups that you're involved in ever mention a grant opportunity, sometimes those just come up, please send them my way in case I've missed them. I know NISA would love to apply.
And yesterday, both of us, we met via Zoom, and we discussed new grants that we're going to apply to as well. So there are 2 more in the pipeline. Thank you, Christina.
Of course.
Yeah.
And again, their work is definitely aided by how present NISA members are, how much you let us know about what you're doing, where you are, and how we can actually help. Because these grants are incredibly useful for us to be able to spread our word. It's on our website called Bringing Sculpture to Communities. And the only way we do that is not just through the grants, but connecting to these organizations and letting them draw us towards them. So I'm really grateful for the work Beta and Christina are doing, and I am excited that we can start we're getting money and we can start doing
Yeah, me
interesting
too.
stuff.
Yes.
And then we will be publishing more requests for people to participate in these grants. There's some other areas where I'll talk about the grant as we go through the rest of the slides, because it all ties back to you guys, the membership. So if there's anything else you guys want to say about it, I'm going to keep moving so we can. No? Okay. So the membership survey, this is something, again, the more of you participate in this, I look at this all the time, and I know other board members do, in terms of what we're doing and what we're choosing to do. So as much as you can participate in this, and Zvi is going to talk about the results of the last survey. Take it away, Zvi.
Thank you. It's very important for us to meet and exceed the members' expectations of us and make sure that what we deliver, program and services actually meet their needs and aspirations. So we do an annual survey on a yearly basis. Some of the questions we track over time. Sometimes we have new issues and topics to address on a yearly basis, and we do all of that. The survey typically is done first week in September, and it was done. The 2025 survey was done on the 5 in September. There were 13 questions. It took about 4 minutes and a change to complete. And then the combination of the short survey and the repetition of the reminders, we got a response rate of about 45% total and 48% specifically for sculptors. I want to make a comment here. It's very important to have a high response rate, because the higher the response rate, the more significant are the results. Typically, when you conduct a survey, you get 5 to 7% and you're happy. We are able to get 45, 50% response rate from sculptors. So whatever data and results I present to you, it's very significant. It's telling about the entire association. Could you please go to the next slide? Some of the highlights, first demographic highlights. We still Massachusetts-based. 61% of our members come from Massachusetts. 14%, the next state in line is from Connecticut. Inched up over the past year. We used to be 11%, now we're 14% from Connecticut. Yay! The membership age distribution, we're still top heavy. 69% of us are 65 years old and plus, and only 5% within the 20-45 years range. We are making a lot of effort to change that pyramid and make more participation of the younger range, the 20 to 45, into our association. We ask members whether their main interest is indoors versus outdoors, a kind of sculpting. And the result of that question is, if we do an indoor exhibition, we actually meet the desired and the expectation of 92% of our membership. And if we do an outdoor, we meet 56%. So that tells you that the weight of the show that we're gonna offer will be weighted towards indoor exhibitions. In terms of participation in our shows, 82% of members applied for more than one NISA offered show. 88% of them got accepted at least once. So this is wonderful. If somebody joins NISA with the aspirations to have an opportunity to show their art, I don't know that they'll find a better vehicle to do that than NISA, with such a success rate and exposure rate. Only 6% of our membership have not applied at all, which is a very low number, and some of them have applied to other shows, not just NISA. But it tells us that most of our members are really active and participating in what we offer. Next slide, please. Some of the results of specific questions, like the question here was, what outcome do you want from your artwork? So this is not a big surprise, very much like in the past year. The visibility and recognition of their art is voted by most members, 81% or 75%, while the only 30% of our members seek some significant income as an important outcome of their artwork. But that has been very consistent throughout the years that we have done the survey. People come to NISA because they want the visibility and recognition by art. Question is, how do we do that? And that's the next slide. So the question was, what are the most important services NISA can offer to you? Top of the list, juried show opportunities, 89% of our members made clear that this is something they prefer and want. 57% of them talked about social interaction. And you see down the line, the access to grant is wished by 38% of members, professional growth, education 36, community engagement 14, and volunteering opportunity 1%. So I don't know why it's so low, but we need to have more as Justin mentioned, we are a volunteer-based organization. Without this, we die. We need people to step forward and help us do and serve the members to the best of our ability. Next, please.
That's it.
And I was done and didn't know even. Thank you.
Yeah.
Any question?
Justin, you're muted.
Sorry. I just wanted to thank Zvi for the work you were doing. I'm still not used to Zoom. I managed to mess that up. So the community arts liaison has been a position filled by Lynn so ably, and she's looking to step aside. She's going to talk real quick about what she's been doing and what her position was, but it's going to be shifting, and I'll talk about that after you're done, Lynn.
Okay. Thank you, Justin. Hi, everyone. I've been working as a community arts liaison for NISA for about 1.5 years, maybe a little bit more now. And in addition to what you see on the screen, I've reached out to a lot of different organizations, both in the Boston area and in central Massachusetts. One of the big successes was last February. Dominic Esposito, who most of you, I'm sure, know, gave a wonderful lecture at Assumption University. And one of the other successful things that has happened since I've been community arts liaison at NISA is made a connection along with help of Beta with the New England Botanic Garden at Tower Hill. And we have been working with them since, I think it was February as well, of this year, organizing an exhibition that is scheduled to take place in April of 2027. We're, I think, very close to getting the call finalized and out. So be looking for that. And you'll have about 1 year or a little less than 1 year to apply in case you want to make something specific for this show, which is primarily an outdoor show at Tower Hill. And if you haven't been to Tower Hill, which is officially called the New England Botanic Garden Tower Hill, go to their website. It's just this most beautiful place, and it's on top of a hill, and it's all kinds of vegetation. I always feel like I'm walking through different parts of the world when I'm there, just to the various gardens. It's a beautiful place. So while I've enjoyed working with everyone, I do need to step aside, and I hope that someone, a couple of someones are interested in taking over this position. It's a wonderful opportunity to, get our, to build community and to make connections outside of NISA, which is, I think, one of our goals.
Thank you, Lynn.
Justin, did you have something else?
Yeah, I mean, thank you, first of all, for the time you put in and accomplishing all that. We very much need this position filled because we are starting to really think about this position, not just all of what Lynn has done, but to actually add, as we are getting grants, we're going to need somebody to help us manage where these grants are being spent, the locations, and making connections with community groups where we can teach, where we can send sculptors. So this will be a very critical role in working with Beta and figuring out where we're sending people and how we can best serve the requirements of the grants that we're getting. So it's a critical position. I would like to fill it as soon as possible, and anybody willing to even put in any work towards this, please let me know. I would be grateful. Where our slides go.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I
No
don't
worries.
know why this is not working the way I wanted to.
I
Pat, you're
thought I had
bored
done
and you're
something.
just you're bored and you're fidgeting with the slides.
Now I've got it. I've got it.
I'm afraid to touch my keyboard in case I do something.
Yeah, that's my problem. I shouldn't touch my keyboard. Yes.
Keep the cat off the keyboards.
It's okay, we're joking.
But yeah, so again, this is a volunteer group. We work very hard as much as anybody has time and able to do it. But this is a critical role because it really will allow us to serve our mission of bringing sculpture to people, to be present, and really to show what NISA has to offer, because we have 200 plus amazingly skilled individuals that can be doing a great deal and make a lot of change for people. So that's all I have to say about that. Let me know, let Pat know, let anybody on the board know, or anybody in NISA via the forum, the website, emails. You have many ways to contact us. Okay. So next will be Ilana, if you want to talk about finances for the year.
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Alana. I am the treasurer. So what you have in front of you is a quick summary snapshot. The numbers for 2024 are exact and what we filed for our taxes. The numbers for 2025 are taking what we've actually brought in and spent up through October, and then estimating what it will be for the rest of the year. So again, I expect this year, from what you see, to be fairly similar to last year. Perhaps a slightly higher surplus, but again, it's an estimate, but pretty similar to last year. So you can go to the next slide, Pat, where there is a detail about the assets. So that includes the cash that's in the bank, plus our Vanguard, which is our investment account. So that just totals the assets for NISA as of the moment. And again, the 2024 are actuals and the 2025 are estimates. Next slide, Pat. So this is a breakdown of our revenue. You'll see, again, estimated for 2025, expected to be fairly similar to last year. The only thing of note is that other line is significantly higher, because that's where I included the $5,000 grant that we talked about earlier. We haven't actually received the money yet, but it is coming from the state, and we've done all the paperwork. So that should come before the end of the year. So that's included in there in that list. And then, as I said, everything else is fairly similar to last year. Next slide, Pat. This is a breakdown of our expenses. Again, pretty similar to last year. The first line, that staff costs, which includes the art director, the social media consultant, and the grants consultant, is significantly higher than last year. And again, that is accounting for the fact that we are paying the grants consultant this year and we didn't last year. And then again, otherwise fairly similar to last year. And I think that is my last slide. I don't know if you want me to pause here for questions, Justin? Or do you want to do that at the end? You're muted.
Oi. No, I would like to just save questions for the end so that we
Okay.
can just present all
Then
the
that's it for
information.
me. but I'll happily take questions at the end, or if people look at this later and have finance questions, you're welcome to email me.
Thank you, Alana.
Thank you so much.
Keep trying to mute myself so my overly noisy heater doesn't fill up the space, but and then back to Z over the membership.
Justin, we can't hear.
Not much change from last year. We grow about 5% a year to date, and through to November 4th this year. We have a total of 198 members, out of them 177 sculptors, 15 emerging sculptors, and 3 friends and 3 honorary members. So we steadily grow year after year by about 5-6% a year, which is a good pace.
Thank you. If you have people in your studios, especially young people, assistants, people that are genuinely interested, please do send them our way. I'll get more into that in a little bit, but for now, let's talk to Eliza about our exhibitions. She's been busting her butt. And Eliza, are you there?
I am here. You
Hi.
guys see me?
Yep, we can
Okay.
hear you.
Yes, so it's been a great year, and following last year that I took this role of exhibition chair, and I put my heart and soul into finding new venues for NISA. So this year we had like a couple of new venues, and I think that everything went very, very well, and we just finished our exhibition at the Rockport Art Association and Museum, where there were some significant sales, which is great. And I'm always like seeking new venues. We already have a beautiful year coming up and lined up with repeating exhibitions, and hopefully we will find some new venues to add into the picture. So we are also trying to expand more into Connecticut, which is important since we have like many members located in Connecticut and the other states. So we also created a new network of ambassadors, which is great, that have been supportive in giving me new venues that we should contact. And I strongly encourage to keep doing that, because it's always great to find new venues, and I am not aware of everything that is out there. So I strongly encourage everyone to send me ideas about venues that we could contact. Now it's very exciting. We have the Metattack Museum. We have our places that keep happening every year, and like the Newbury Court, Inside Out, the Cape Cod Museum is happening again. We're trying to make new contacts with other venues. So I think that it's been overall a very positive year, and I'm looking forward to keep helping NISA next year too. And believing and achieving, we will find amazing venues altogether.
Thank you, Eliza. And
We're
again,
aiming for the Cordova in Lincoln, the Cordova.
Yes,
yes,
yes.
we have. I
the
mean, there's a big
post-it
wish
right
list.
next-
Big Yes.
I personally would like. I'm looking for more museum shows.
I don't know if you see my Cordova posted here. It's in my desk.
We believe you. We
Fabulous.
know.
Fabulous.
You're ve-
Thank you.
And then I know Rockport is talking about potentially doing it annually with us again. Now that we've broken the ice and we sold a bunch of work, even during their member show, we sold one of the pieces out of our show. So that was a good showing.
Yes, I would probably do the Threadneedle again this upcoming year. And there are more beautiful places in this area that I can provide. And it's a very rich area where people love art. So there are a lot of potential venues where we can actually sell a lot of pieces. Yeah. So that's why I know that we are not too much into doing like art associations. But when those bring in sales, I think that we need to make an exception. So, but other than that,
Depends
yeah.
on the space. And then, I mean, people, membership guys, anybody in New England outside of Connecticut and Massachusetts, there are other parts of New England other than those two states. So
Exactly.
any members, if there are any members here from those other states, please contact Eliza. If you can act as an ambassador, it doesn't take much. You just have to let her know if you know of a venue or if you have any contacts in any venues. You know, help us help you. That's the theme of this
Exactly.
meeting.
If you guys know of any nice venue or have any connections with the curators, places, it's always good to have a foot in, and then we can step in and organize everything. So it's not something that requires extra work from you guys, but just like really making that connection, that first connection, and then we'll take it from there and create a show.
Agreed. Thank you, Elisa.
You're very welcome. Thank you, guys.
Okay. So to continue to hammer on the subject of volunteerism, we can use people in any one of those areas that you see listed below. If you know people, I am very interested. I will get into in terms of future initiatives, but again, continuing to recruit younger sculptors because we have a wealth of knowledge in our group. And this is an art form that is taught by handing that knowledge and sharing and teaching. And so as much as we can do to bring people into the fold now, we have a chance to continue our knowledge base and grow it. And so if you can help us in any area, if you want to contribute to the Sculpt Slam, which are a ton of fun, great. If you have ideas for marketing, let us know. If you have areas you think we can market better, let me know. Workshops, we need more because I know you guys can do stuff. And I know you can teach what you do. So if you're willing, I'd very much appreciate to step up the workshops. Mentoring, hopefully, as we develop more of our emerging sculptors, that will be a more important aspect. And then I'm looking to just continue to increase the ways we can fund these efforts, not just through our grants, but we need to increase our donor base. We have a pretty small donor base, and I'd like to grow that. Anything I can do to secure the future of NISA, any avenue I can pursue, and to really fund new ideas and new initiatives. The A&I committee, Beta, do you want to say anything about A&I before I move on?
Our committee is not boring like the board one.
Yo.
I'm just joking. Advisory and initiative this is the place really for new ideas where we can sit and negotiate and come up with thoughts and how to move forward, and everybody has a voice, and it's not really structured, so anybody can join and everybody can have a say. All voices are respected and listened to. So the more of you who join, I don't care how many people we'll have in the committee, perhaps the 200 candidates, members that we have can join in. It will be great because the more voices that we hear, the better, because that will really help us in coming up with something more creative. It can help us in solving problems. It can help us in creating avenues for us for the future. So when we have the board committee where it's putting the structure and the base and make sure that we establish ourselves practically in many ways, this is the other committee that we can bring extremely creative ideas and we can negotiate and chat and I try to make it really short, no matter how many subjects we're discussing, so I don't take more than an hour of your time. So the more people who can join, I think is the better.
It really is our brain trust. I mean,
It
the
is,
board
definitely.
acts upon the ideas, and then we go to the A&I when we need them to solve problems for the board. And
Yeah,
it's a great
definitely.
partnership. It's like having two boards. So
Yeah.
thank everybody who is on A&I currently, and I find it incredibly helpful that you're there and comforting.
Yeah,
as we go
definitely.
forward.
And I'm very grateful to be part of that community, really. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful to work with you. Bright people, very creative group.
Okay.
Yeah.
So next slide, please. Okay, so we are Beta and I actually talked quite a while yesterday. We were talking again about what our plans are. We spent a lot of this year building the framework, getting the grant writer in place, getting the website up and running, making it more functional. And now this year is really about utilizing those resources that we've as a board got together and got functioning. So, the main thing is exhibitions. So we'll be leaning on Eliza even more. Sorry, Eliza, but you're too good at it.
Thank
We
you.
we want what the membership asks for. That's what the survey tells us is you guys want bigger shows, more important shows, and that's what we are always focused on. Again, the workshops and the Sculpt Slams, they will be partially community based as we get the grants, but also the workshops are, as Beta said, for us to connect. Because another thing that people in the survey keep telling us is they want more interaction with the other NISA members. And I agree. I think it's the most important thing. It's the best part of it. I enjoy it the most. I always walk away from any interaction with NISA as a whole feeling more energized. So I could not encourage you folks more to participate in that. As we get grants, our education initiatives are going to step up. I've been a teacher of art for 10 years, and it is rewarding and it is challenging, and we need more of our membership to do it, because you have a knowledge base that is not easy to find outside in the world. It is not in every university and every school, and it is not accessible by everybody. So it is important. I believe it's kind of my duty as an artist to continue to transmit that knowledge. I definitely want to keep growing NISA. It's important. One of my focuses really is what I can do to bring more emerging artists into the fold and what we can do to promote them more. I'm looking into more shows, talking about doing exhibitions where we can really encourage our emerging artists to participate more, and become part of the conversation and become full members. And diversify our membership, not just in age, but in all qualities, because art is representational of all languages. Our other thing, again, is we were talking about the website that is really now the digital hub for you guys. It is the way for you to communicate with each other outside of us, the board. You don't have to go through us. There are now ways and conduits for which you can communicate with each other and elicit each other for help. I hope that you do that. I hope that grows. I very much hope the forum grows. The website is constantly active. Pat does a ton of work keeping it up to date. And it's up to you guys to how rich it is, how much we can do with it. The more you contribute to it, the more you let us in on what you're doing in your lives, the more content you send us, the more we can do. And then, as I just recently said, the financial development, increasing our fundraising, increasing our donor base, again, which is tiny. I really want to increase that so that we're not just looking for grants or other outside. I'd like to have people that genuinely recognize NISA's mission and help contribute. If anybody wants to create legacy donations, that would be helpful as well. And then I will be looking for sponsorships for a lot of our educational initiatives, or I see there's a partnership there. I see them in a lot of other nonprofits, and I plan on doing the same for us. We do need our social media person. Anybody willing to participate in that, please let us know. And then the community outreach, as I said, will be a critically important role for how we exercise our grants. And then Beta and I were talking yesterday that in kind of the vein of the Sculpt Slams, we were talking about creating a open studio crawl. We'd like to be able to create a way, and using the interactive map, that people can tour each other's studios. If people are willing to participate in that, look for that. We'll be reaching out to you, and then also creating a digital one so that we can actually tour NISA members in different states without actually having to physically go there, because I know we're pretty spread out. But I'd like to do both. I'd like to more interaction, more physical interaction, but also even these digital platforms like the Sculpt Slam or this studio crawl, a digital studio crawl, I think could be a good way to do it. So these are the things that we're focused on. Again, as ANI or any membership, please, if you have thoughts or ideas that you'd like to add to this list, let me know. I'll listen. And that's it for now. Going forward, yeah. So next slide. I'd like to thank the board. You guys have done a ton of work. I mean, a ton. I asked a lot of you. And it was just, everybody worked really well together. I couldn't be happier with the year. It was fun and we actually managed to pull off a lot. So I'm very proud of what the work we did and what we built. I want to thank Keith Trexler for his amazing space and opening that up to us this summer. It was
You're
really
very
just,
welcome. It was a lot of fun.
it was warm. It was just, I still think about it all the time and I'm very grateful to you for doing it. If any other NISA members want to contribute, have spaces they'd like to throw a party or an event or something, let us know, because it was so much, it was just easy just to hang out together and enjoy the wonderful day. And Keith's space is amazing. So
It is.
like, we're all jealous of your quarry, Keith.
Thanks.
Indeed.
You know,
Indeed.
I'd be willing to do it again next summer. So if that's of interest to people, you can let me know.
I'm
Yeah,
letting you
yeah,
know.
it should be an annual event, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Keith. You're so kind.
Yes, we're definitely interested. It was really a wonderful space.
Okay. We'll
Thank
talk
you.
about it.
Thank
Yeah.
you again.
Okay.
And then, yeah, so we have the Open Sky. Tomorrow's the absolute last day. We extended the call. Again, it is more than just a show. It is really our first major get together of the, or actually our last major get together for the year, but it's really a lot of fun. Christy Collieri does a great curation of the space. It's always just a really wonderful show. It was really the first show I participated in as a NISA member, and it really drew me in immediately. And I love seeing you all there. I will be there. And so I hope you all participate. And then the Brush Gallery, the artist reception is also on December 13th. I hope you guys go to that. As many, I know you're not in every show, and I know we're all spread out, but as many of the NISA shows as you can go to, I would encourage you to go, even if you're not in the show, because the bigger the presence we have, especially when we get into these new venues, I really want to overwhelm the new spaces with NISA. I want them to meet the members. I want, the work is fantastic. Every time we do a show, the range and the quality continues to make me proud and to be a part of it. But to show up and support each other, but to show up and physically be there and to let these new spaces know that we come in force. We bring a lot of bodies and a lot of skills. I would like to do that more. So just putting that out there. With that said, I'm going to make the motion to adjourn the meeting. And then I'll leave it open for people to talk real quick. I didn't see what you said. I'm just looking at what Elisa Adams was saying. Yeah, I mean, Elisa Adams is saying the same thing. Tell their collectors and email lists about every NISA show that happens. As much as you can cross-promote what we're doing, share, bring people that you know, either as sculptor members or prospective sculptor members or emerging sculptor members and clients. And with that, I thank you all. Motion to adjourn the meeting. Thank you all. I open it up to.
And Justin, we want to thank you for your leadership. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
Excellent.
Thank you, Justin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
We
second that.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because I know your heart is with every single artist. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yes,
Thank you.
I have a question about NISA shows. How does an exhibition become a NISA show? What's the process and what are the requirements?
Elisa, do you want to say something or? I don't know.
So basically, there is the first contact that can either come from you guys directly to me, and then I get usually there is a meeting between Justin, Pat, and I, and there is a certain there are certain criteria that the place has to match to be a good venue for NISA. And once those criteria are matched, then we go forward and we plan the exhibition with the venue itself. So if you
Are those requirements published anywhere on the website?
No,
I
not
don't-
currently,
I don't
because
think they are. It's more like let's say that most sculptors want to expose in prestigious venues, and we also want to have a sort of high standard, because if we want to work with museums and places like that, we need to be consistent in the type of venues where we show. So I'd say it's more like a common sense kind of thing, you know, and we look at the place, and if the place is a good venue, then has a good history, and they work with other association or not. But if it's something that would look good in the NISA resume per se, then we go forward. If not, we don't. So usually
again,
we
I mean,
try to go.
I do
Yeah.
site visits whenever possible.
Yeah.
I
Same.
do. Sometimes it's a courtship, you know, like Rockport was a courtship. They didn't really know anything about. Some places have never handled sculpture at all, and they're usually start off from a position of fear. And so we
Mhm.
kind of have to coax them into, we got it, you know, because at some places like Mattituck Museum, they want to run everything, you know, and I know some people were unhappy with that there was a theme for that show, but it's a museum, and is there, you know, that's how they sell entrance fees to their
Right.
museum. They do themed shows. We
Yeah.
didn't really have a say in that. If we wanted to go forward with that, that was part of the condition. So it's a give and take. You know, we try to pull back as much for NISA and give as much space and get as many members into each show.
Mhm.
I have kind of a running criteria to try to include as many members without making it, you know, nuts,
Right.
you know, with a decent curation. But some places have their own curator, some places we have to curate. Pat, did you want to say something?
I just the way that we traditionally have not paid a fee to use a venue. So that's not a
Right.
hard and fast, but it is part of the tradition.
Yeah, we try to avoid spending our money if we can avoid it. You
But
know?
then we're very flexible because we've done like different kind of things, from sculptural walks to any kind of thing. So we're really open. It doesn't have to be a museum. We're just trying to move away from a little art association or places that are not really upper scale per se, because we want to show in good venues, and we want to build that resume as an association that will get us in better and better venues. So but if you guys have ideas, you can always, like, if you're in doubt and you don't know if that's something that would be great for NISA or not, you just send us an email, send me an email, and then we will review it, and maybe we'll come back with a list of criteria to help you figure out what kind of venues we're looking for.
Okay.
And then, like I said, usually if I can swing it, I physically like to go to the space to see if we can even get our pieces in the door.
Justin drove, I don't know how many hours to come see the Rockport Museum with
That's a
me.
lot.
So yes, so like, I don't know how many hours, 4 hours just to come see the museum before the show. So
I should have gotten a thread needle because I would have seen it was small stairs.
before committing to bring to help with the artwork
Yeah.
on the stairs, yeah. But like, yeah.
Yeah. So we do have a
Purified
criteria, but
parameter motors.
we play it a little close to our chest because we don't want to shut down ideas. We don't want to limit ourselves, but we do have, you know, certain criteria that we agree upon.
Mm.
Does
Okay.
that help?
Sure. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I just want to put a word in to thank Pat for posting opportunity that NISA doesn't have to run, but that is a really exquisite opportunity with stipends for NISA members to make sure they're aware of it, like the Mount in Lenox or Watertown's 2-year stipend or the Burlington collaboration that we're doing with the stipend. So these aren't juried exhibits, but they're opportunities for the membership, and it puts the whole NISA quality opportunity out there for other venues to tap us and make sure they tell us when they're doing something once we get started. So NISA is on the MailChimp list for the Mount permanently because we've had so many members there over the years, and it's always been a good pull.
Flying horse, I think that was like 80% NISA people. This all falls apart without Pat, by the way. So
Yes, thank you, Pat. My whole
their flowers,
Oh.
chocolates, wine, whatever.
My pleasure. I do want to add quickly, since I can jump in. There's one more gathering opportunity that it's my fault, I didn't put it on the slide. There is an opening reception at the Mattituck Museum in Connecticut, Waterbury, Connecticut, right?
Yep.
December 15th. So please check the website. I don't have a time, but I will find out what the time is. I believe it's in the afternoon.
Yeah, I think it's
But if you can make your way to Connecticut, it's another way to, show up for NISA. And as Justin said, it's the more we show up for these things, the more people will get to know that NISA is out there. So.
And then one last thing, as I completely forgot, even though I tried to remember, was our Third Avenue. Thank you, Madeline, for reminding us that, we have these consultant partnerships, which are growing. Burlington, these consultancies, they are starting to call us. Either they're finding members of ours and then contacting us about sales and purchasing and getting in touch with that artist, or we are bundling artists and sending it to them and they're picking. And that's every year now they're spending considerable amount of money on NISA member sculpture. And that is, again, the best thing we can do as NISA is continue to act as, a representational body of this art form, of this, and bringing in, and if people want to think about sculpture, they should be coming to NISA.
Yeah, and Justin and Madeline, to follow up on those ideas, I noticed that people in the cultural councils of various towns and organizations, they're going around and going to the Mount, and they're going to Burlington, and they're going to Meredith and other places, and they're seeing the sculptures around, and then they're contacting sculptors to see if they can get pieces in their towns. And
Yep.
in Winchester, they're talking to other towns, and people are interested in how they're developing sculpture parks. So all these non-NISA things are really paying off for NISA members directly.
They are, and we have had a couple of meetings this year with townships that they wanted sculpture, but they had no idea how to approach it. Most of these towns, when they do think about putting public sculpture, like, again, that's another thing that we act as a consultancy for, because we know how to do that. And these towns do not. And they're usually operating from like, we want art, but we're afraid of putting art. And
So
how do
the
we
reason
ensure it? And
the reason that I asked about that is because I'm actually in the process of trying to set up an art walk for my hometown of Milford. And I've written a business plan for them. We're going to organize as a charitable trust and set up a 501c3 so that we can take donations and sponsorships. So I've got a lot of the ball rolling on that. I just was curious about what does it take to, to get. I mean, I know you guys would put it out there as a non-NISA art call. But just wanted to know what the criteria was for actually being an official NISA exhibit.
I mean, if you're setting it up, I kind of consider it a NISA adjacent thing, and we would be happy to push it forward with a little more oomph than we do the non-NISA stuff. I mean,
Okay.
The membership first. That's pretty much my only rule. Like,
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, I
you
mean,
guys-
once I get this going, when I get the art call open in January, I would be trying to contact as many NISA members as I know to see if they'd want to do it. And I'm building this on the Meredith model, where it's a call. You're loaning the sculpture for a year, and you can re-up for a second year. the art walk is not going to take a cut of any sales. So if you sell something, that's fantastic. But
Yeah, I mean, they're often, I'm a member, I've done a number of those through different organizations. There, a lot of times it's like the local art association will do what you did, either because they're already a nonprofit, or the town, like I think the Madison Sculpture Mile in Connecticut was a separate nonprofit that Bill Bendix set up many years ago when he was alive. And so, and he even published a catalog for that because he used to be an art publisher. So it can run the gamut, but, if you're the representative body setting it up, again, my goal was promote its membership, so.
okay, well, I'll be in touch as I get things going.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah.
I think we know a sculptor or two that can help you out.
Great. That's great.
All right, so it's 7:11. Slushy time. If anybody has anybody else has any major questions, otherwise reach out to us personally. I'm happy to answer any questions. And that's all I have to say for tonight.
I just wanted to say thank you. I was down at the Mattituck Museum today dropping off a piece, and it's
Awesome.
a beautiful place.
It is.
Very professional. It's a plain white room with no interruptions of windows or other people's artwork. And
It's a real museum.
Yeah. So thank you.
Thank you.
Tiny thing on that Mattituck, though, is that I would hope that NISA members would pay membership for Mattituck and support that museum, and then submit to their Mixmaster annual member show, so they get more sculpture in it. There's a lot of painting and print and wall art, but they could use more pedestals.
They could definitely use more sculpture.
And that kind of cements our relationship with them. When I brought my piece for the Mattituck show, they said, "Oh, we remember you. You've been in the Mixmaster," and it felt like we've been supporting each other as two organizations, and our fees to help them mean we believe in what they're doing, and their invitation to us may become more sustained.
I mean, that's the operative theme of the day. We got to back each other up because there's a lot of dark forces out there, and the arts is, almost always the first on the chopping block for anybody.
Yeah.
So the more we can do to strengthen those bonds and the essentialness of our organization among these other organizations, the better. So yeah, it's a lovely museum. They do quite a lot to start to promote, younger, newer local artists. They really, they're very dynamic. They're very open and out of the box group of folks at the Mattituck. I really like them. So
yeah.
Thank you, Madeline, for pointing that out.
Well, you're welcome. And thank you for getting us the gig. Is it Alyssa?
Well, that's Elisa Adams and Zvi, as I recall. That was before my time. I just seen it through. So thank them.
Has anybody reached out to the Fitchburg Art Museum? Because they have a lot of community, well, like Mattituck, they have a lot of community programs, but they've also just helped get artist housing built across the street in an old school, and there's a huge art community there. There's a gallery downtown.
Ada and I were just talking about that yesterday. So
Okay. might be worth approaching, and I might be able to help with that.
Awesome.
Thank you. That's a great idea.
That would be great.
Thank
And
you
that
so
would be a
much.
good place for
Just
grant
email me
usage.
and discuss.
Cool. You'll be hearing from us. Thank you, Meredith.
Also, Fitchburg does a lot of work, relationships with Arts Worcester and Fitchburg Art Museum.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, all ideas are open. I know we were talking about Fitchburg. Again, we are looking for locations that have an art presence, but also places where we can send teachers and utilize our grants. So we will be asking more of our members to help us figure that out as we go forward. I am out in the hinterlands of Connecticut, so I don't know all these places that you guys out in Massachusetts talk about, but I will go and look at them personally. I have no qualms about that. Okay. I
When
think
you come
that's-
and visit my studio, I'll take you to Worcester Art Museum.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Okay. Well, I thank everybody for attending, those that did.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much.
You all have a good night.
Thank you.